We're taught in school, at least I was, maybe you had a misfortune that you didn't get miseducated as they made me, where I had to turn around and relearn everything that they taught me the wrong way in order to go the right way. The pituitary gland, they say, is your master gland. It controls all the functions in your body. I say nothing could be further from the truth. Your minor gland would be your pituitary gland. Your basic gland is your pineal gland. Some people call it pineal. I understand it's pine cone shape, called pineal gland. The pineal gland is the gland that produces melanin. And wherever you have melanin in your body, you're going to function differently than a person with little or none. And the grade of your melanin will help you to do things that other people can't. And when you're beginning to function with your melanin, then you can begin to adapt to magnetic fields. Here it's broken down. I'm giving to you a different way now. Magnetic fields. We're taught in school electrical fields and orgone fields. Without that, you cannot adapt to all three. You may adapt to one, the lowest of all, electrical fields. Our problem here nowadays is elves. And I'm not talking about the one in the hollow earth. I'm not talking about the one in the fairy tales, because elves, not elves, are killing you. Elves is extra low frequency, which is electrical propagations, electrical energy. That is what short-circuits you. That's what's causing you to AIDS. That's what's causing your cells to AIDS. That is our biggest problem here, and they're building up more and more towers everywhere. And the more towers go up, the more it's going to short-circuit anybody with an active pineal gland, and it's only going to be melanated people that can get through this, and even they now are being attacked with the shots and AIDS and all these other things, which we will also get into too. Setting the stage for some obviously broad coverage that we're going to do. There was an anatomy book and a physiology book, both that stated something along this line, to paraphrase it, that the pineal gland is an atrophied gland of very little usage and really not even necessary to discuss. That meant that the biggest, strongest, most powerful gland in an operating body that we're now in is of very little usage, and possibly, in many cases it is, because it calcifies. And it calcifies anytime you expose it to drugs. I didn't say to herbals. Anytime you expose it to allopathic, pharmaceutical drugs, you're killing and causing a war with your pineal gland. When you use homeopathic and nutraceutical products, herbs, leaves, roots, things that are natural, things that contain sunlight, now it begins to amplify and work correctly. It is the gland that lets you tan, the gland that lets you blacken, the gland that gives you your psychic ability, the gland that produces serotonin, by which you can get calm under situations, can sleep at night without taking other drugs. It is the master gland that when something goes wrong in your body, it chemically organizes it, analyzes it, and then sends a direction to the pituitary gland to start mass producing all these various hormones from the various things that we do. It does not like synthetic. I will repeat that once more. It does not like synthetic anything. Synthetic things are made in a laboratory to act like what would be a natural thing. If you are a natural person, you cannot use synthetic things without an aberration, a problem, something else happening within that system. And many things are happening within our systems now that are wrong. Very bad. We have genetically modified foods everywhere. We have water that is full of fluorine, chlorine, and 38 different kind of things in most of the places. And in fact, if you're coming, unfortunately, again from the Ohio area, it has more than the rest of it. And even in Chicago, where I come from, supposedly has one of the best filtration plants around, they're still putting 38 different chemicals in to try to kill off bacteria. You have depleted uranium being given to soldiers, sailors, Marines, armed forces personnel over there fighting in the Iraq, Middle East, which, by the way, is innocuous because the Middle East is where ancient Mesopotamia I was, where Sumer was, and here you have the brethren who are supposed to be coming over there to start unlocking time locks and many things to come over there to get in tune with the planet. Over there killing each other, blowing each other up, being bitten by crabs on the desert crabs and stuff, being given 34 shots before they can return, taking them out of the picture forever, messing with their reproductive organs, their brains, over there fighting a war that is not even existing because of a population who's trying to eliminate them, and they don't get the picture. What you understand is the irony of what's happening on this planet this time is almost insane. In fact, as the brothers say, Brother Ludicrous, it's not only insane, it's ludicrous. It's past belief on what is happening now to the young people's minds, the old people's minds, and the minds of those who are supposed to be awakening, trying to put it back into a deep coma.